Okay, welcome to my project. In this video, I'm going to be summarizing my coursework project, which I installed and configured RetroPie on virtualized Ubuntu program. So the goal of this project was to set up RetroPie, which is an emulator suite, inside a VirtualBox running Ubuntu 22.4. Ubuntu was ideal because its compatibility emulators, and also Ubuntu is open source, which is very good compared to Windows. So first, as you can see here, I created a VM in VirtualBox, and I gave it 4GB of RAM and 2 CPU cores. Obviously, what I did to improve the system because of my one, you can see I put the base memory to 8, and then four processors. That's what my system has. Next, I cloned RetroPie setup. Oh, and also here I disabled EFI just because I was having compatibility issues. Next, I cloned RetroPie setup from script and ran the installer. Then I got emulators for N64, PlayStation, Dreamcast, and Super Nintendo. The problem I was having with Dreamcast was that I couldn't, it requires missing BIOS files, which I was able to fix because I installed DS Boot Bin and DS Bin Flush. So going into the project, I'm going to show you some of the tools I used, some of the commands I used, and just a quick overview of how I did the testing. So as you see here, this is a system monitor, and we've got HTOP there. This is what we use. So what we do is show you some commands here. This is the emulation station. This was the stress test that we used. That was 120, but we also did it shorter. This was installing the stress test. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to HTOP. So as you can see, this is the system monitor, and this will monitor the CPU usage, which at the moment is quite low. I'm just checking the time. Yep, here. And what we're going to do as well also is, just to give you an example of what we did, we're going to also open another terminal in a new window here. And I'm not saying we did all this in this order, but it's just to give you an overview because we don't have time to test everything. But full details are in the report. So we're going to go to GL. Let's see, yeah, was it GL Mark II? GL Mark II here. So I'm going to leave this on standby because I'm going to press it in a minute. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to open this. It is clicking, but you can just also type Eman the station in the terminal. So we're going to open that as well. Emulation station, you can type that in terminal. So as you can see, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the devices to USB here, like so. And as you can see, we've got Dreamcast, N64, PlayStation. I'm sure I can fix it, but you need because it's PlayStation, you need a certain license, which is very difficult to do. And I didn't really want to do anything which is not allowed. And we've got Super Nintendo. So we'll start with the Super Nintendo. And as you can see, we've got Street Fighter 2, Super Mario here. We've got Resident Evil, Soul Calibur on Dreamcast, and we've got Nintendo 64. So what we found was that, let's go back to, when we did the Super Nintendo, it was famous for 2D. And what we found is that on the Super Nintendo, the CPU usage, which is going to go up, the CPU usage on the Super Nintendo was around 2, free, which so it's basically it wasn't using much strain at all on the system. But then when we went to the game we're going to go now, which is say Soul Calibur, which is a 3D one, we found that it used up to 22%. So we're just going to confirm that now and play it while we've got time as it's loading. So you can see the CPU usage go up. And what we're going to do as well is while it's running, just to show you the run the GMark 2 test here. So as you can see, we've got that running. We use this for GMark 2 testing. And then we're going to quickly load up this game now. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's have a quick. Okay, so let's say, for example, okay, just to show you the system, I'm going to choose Maxi, and as that's on, I'm going to get the CPU usage so you can see here. So as you can see, the CPU usage is going up quite a lot, and this is because it is a graphically intense game. Let's have a look what it does. And as you can see, like this is a very retro game, but at the time, the graphics were incredible. So just as that's sort of loading, as that's loading, what we're going to do is we're going to go to, you can see the GMark is running. We also did a lot of stress tests as well with this to see the stress under load. Obviously, you can see the details in the report for everything else. Let's just quickly check the time. Okay, we're going to start mapping up now. So the project gave me hands-on experience with Linux systems, emulator configuration and troubleshooting. It showed me the importance of virus files and how to monitor system performance, as you can see there, and also how virtualized environments can mimic real-world constraints. But the thing is, we also made use of AI tools, because AI is the future and most of us use it nowadays. It helped me structure the report and refine any explanations, but all the technical work was mainly manually done by myself. If you need full details, they're going to be in the report of specific tests, etc. I did learn a lot from this project. It's inspired me to. I recommend projects like this because it's gamified and you're doing something fun. It's very much easy to learn, and it's something definitely that I'm going to continue learning. From this project, I'm going to create a retro games social media page, and I'm also going to explore ways in which we can improve this. For example, what I wanted to do is I could have run several VMs at once to really test the system, but unfortunately, because of time constraints, I didn't have time to do that. And I wanted to do a lot of things, but my system is so powerful because I've got like 11th gen processor that it's quite hard to test it to the max. What I should have done is opened multiple VMs, but it was just a bit difficult doing it. So I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and if you need any extra details, just look at the report. Thank you for listening.